Hi guys! So in this video I'm going to show how I make these Warhammer 40k base toppers. So here you can see a variety of base toppers I made that would work well with Space Marines, Tower Empire, Orcs, Necrons, Tyranids, or any of the others really. So these are cheap and easy to make, and I've just glued on top of the bases that come with the figures. And these are made from resin using this silicone mould I made. So the base toppers I've made are the 40mm size, but obviously this works well for any size figure you want to use. So the first thing I did was to print off these circles the size I needed, and then I just cut them out and stuck them onto some cardboard. And then it's just a case of designing the base to best suit which figures you're using. So for this tutorial I'm making 6 different kinds of bases, but obviously you'd make 6 similar bases to suit the figures that you're using. So I've made the bases up just using bits and pieces I've got around the house and in my bits box. And even just bits of cardboard. And since burning some bits of plastic in my last video, I thought I'd burn some more plastic. And this makes for a really cool and unusual kind of terrain. Then once you've got your 6 bases ready, the other thing I took into consideration to make all the bases the same sort of height. This way when I poured in the silicone rubber, it'll be at the same thickness. So I'm using the Lego pieces to make the frame, as this is nice and simple and easy, and it can be made to whatever size you need. So I'm using a sheet of clear perspex for the base, as this is nice and flat and makes it easy at the end when I want to take the pieces apart. And there we go, the 6 base toppers are also glued into place. And now it's ready for the silicone rubber. So I'm using this 2-part silicone by MBFG. This can be bought directly from their website or from Amazon, there's a link down below. This is mixed on a ratio of 10:1. Obviously check whichever silicone rubber you get, as some of them are mixed 1:1 or 1:2. They can all vary, so read the instructions carefully. And obviously using scales makes this much more accurate. This is then mixed thoroughly until it's one consistent colour. To help reduce getting air bubbles in the mould, ideally this should be poured from a great height, which then produces a nice thin stream. I'm using the fast curing silicone, so it takes about 4 hours to fully cure. And this is where using that perspex sheet is really handy, as it's easy to just peel the two apart. And the Lego is also easy just to break up, releasing the rubber mould. So the base toppers peel out quite easy, especially considering I didn't use any kind of release agent. That's why I really like using this silicone rubber. So the liquid resin I use is also from MBFG, and again links for this can be found in the description. And this one's mixed on a ratio of 1:1. So the first time I mix up liquid resin for a mould, I'm never quite sure how much to make, so generally make a bit too much, but this is fine because anything left over I pour into one of the other moulds I have just to make a few extra spare parts. But then what I normally do is write down how much is needed for each mould I have. This way the next time I can make exactly the right amount. So I generally overfill the moulds just a little bit, as I'd rather have too much in there than not enough. Plus this plastic is pretty easy to cut once it first cures. And there we go, once they're all cleaned up, we have lots of little base toppers. So the first thing I do is spray them with a grey primer, and then they're ready to paint. So I'm just doing a quick paint job on these, give them a basic colour, bit of a wash, and then maybe a bit of dry brushing afterwards. So there we go, they're all done, they've turned out really good. And there's certainly a nice variety of bases here. And then it's just a case of gluing this onto the base that came with the figure. So with the figures you can either glue them directly onto the base, or do what I'm doing, which is just drilling a couple of holes into the base. And then the figures I've got some metal rods glued into their feet. So the rods can just be pushed into the holes. So this is a good way of doing it because then the figures can be moved from base to base without damaging the figure or the base. So I'm really pleased with how these came out, especially as they only cost a couple of pence each, and they're quick and easy to make. So when I do start collecting lots more figures, this is definitely how I'm going to produce loads and loads of base toppers. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, and leave some comments below, let me know what you thought of this video, and what you might want to see me do in the future. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, just so you get informed of when my videos come out. If you are able, guys, it'd be great if you could share this on Twitter, your Facebook page or Facebook group, Discord and Reddit, that'd be awesome. Here's another video you can click on to see more of what I do. Okay guys, that's it. Bye for now.